Harvard Divinity School.
Uses and abuses of power in alternative spiritualities. Implications for spiritual care of patients and communities. April 29th, 2023.
Two postures are important. Two postures are where we need to begin. One requires courageous honesty. The other, a softness to let those words sink in. Two sides of the coin exist. Two sides need to be explored. One, the dominant narrative, and the other, marginalized stories that can no longer be ignored. Today, we're asking you to come and listen. Come and let the forgotten ones feel heard. Clothe your siblings with the dignifying garments of hanging off of their every word. Heard and held and healed, these steps are simple and produce a satisfying yield. So pull up a chair and travel a mile in your sister's moccasin. Enter into these narratives and let your shoulders feel the weight of your brother's oppression. Because sometimes our stories are all we have left. When dreams have been shattered, communities ravaged, and everything in our world bears the markings of theft. We must always remember that compassion is free, but building trust takes time. So we invite you to be fully present and allow the power of this moment to create something divine.
Bonjour, everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining us here, and thank you, Heather, for opening us with such a beautiful piece. We're really excited to be able to gift this session to you at the end of this amazing conference where its content is really holding a space for a lot of hard, challenging navigation. And and while that's being fixed, and the content of this conference can also be re-traumatizing for not just the listeners, but also for the presenters who are sharing their narratives and stories. So why we're doing this? We're doing this to offer some form of medicine, some form of healing, and hopefully something that you can take back with you home, that you can integrate into your life and practice. And know that you have access to transform and access, there we go, to transmute any expression, experience, and reality of poison, harm, oppression in your life into something that is medicine, that's going to be healing and transformative in your life, as well as the lives and all of your relations and context. Why we're doing this, we're giving you a little showcase of a bigger project that we have been co-creating and co-conspiring. As you know, both of us who embody different intersectionalities in our lineages and our experiences. Our experience as BIPOC folk have been violent on so many levels, and there's a lot of oppressive systems that we continuously navigate. We both share a background in the Christian church, as well as the evangelical Christian church, and different segments or sects of that. And through our coming to not just terms, but into an embodiment of who we are, the bodies that we've been born into, the bloodlines that carry us in our everyday relations and experiences is actually a gift. And it is through journeying in our lives and then now intersecting in our deep friendship and co-conspireship. We wanted to offer something from both of our vocations, and Heather being such a gifted artist and a gift of words, language, and communication. And then me coming in with my holistic practice, but specifically coming out of the lineage of Taoism with my Sifu, Han Sat-Chen, of the Longmen or Dragon Gate lineage. He has established the Dun Tao School. So what we're doing is today, an embodied practice that I will be doing as Heather has curated a beautiful piece, and we're going to be actually dancing with the body and the words together to literally alchemically create something for you in the space who are here live, which is one kind of experience, but also for all of you who are in the ethers back at home through the internet to also experience. There are different experiences, but there's something to take back. I'll wrap up this portion by giving a definition of the Taijiquan and the purpose of this internal alchemical practice. And I'll give a definition by my Sifu. What we're going to be presenting is the first 17 forms of the 108 forms of Taijiquan series, which is separated into 3 books. And that is the Book of the Earth that we're going to be sharing with you through word and through a kinesthetic or Kinyana movement tradition. So this is a teaching from my Sifu Han Sat-Chen. Discover the sublime interaction between inner alchemy and Taijiquan. Inner alchemy, also known as Neidan, is a fundamental practice in the Taijiquan that involves cultivating and refining the body's internal energy or qi through physical movements, breathing exercises, and meditation. In traditional Chinese medicine, the meridians are pathways in the body through which qi flows, and these pathways are closely linked to the organs and their functions. The principles of Taijiquan are based on the observation and understanding of these meridians and the flow of qi within them. The movements of Taijiquan are designed to activate and harmonize the flow of qi in the meridians. Each movement is carefully choreographed to open and close specific meridian pathways, promoting the circulation of qi throughout the body. For example, the opening movement, which you will see, of the Taijiquan is known as the commencing form, or the Wuji. It's designed to activate the lung meridian, which is responsible for regulating breathing and the flow of energy throughout the body. Similarly, the principle of the I Ching, or the Book of Change's hexagram entitled Inner Truth, or Qin, relates to the cultivation of internal energy through the practice of Taijiquan. Qin represents the creative force of the universe and the potential for growth and transformation. In Taijiquan, this principle is embodied in the movements that cultivate and refine the body's internal energy, allowing the practitioner to tap into this creative force and develop greater awareness and sensitivity to the flow of qi. So overall, the movements of the Taijiquan are designed to promote balance and harmony within the body by aligning the physical body with the flow of qi in the meridians. Through the practice of Taijiquan, practitioners can cultivate their internal energy and tap into the creative force of the universe, promoting greater physical and emotional health, as well as spiritual growth and development. Our hope today is that you can receive the qi that's cultivating in this room and in the ether, in the space for those of you online, and that the qi that we are cultivating can intersect your qi bodies and your fields through this relational dynamic that we have together, surfing on the waves of the words and the spirit of the words gifted by my sister here, Heather. Thank you.
Yeah, we're really excited. And right now, going off of the energy of the words and understanding how powerful words are. I'm a wordsmith, a word crafter, creator, and this piece I want to gift you is called Words. A word is a medium by which thoughts are expressed. Confessed, my chest, it heaves to talk to words to which I can know you, oh, you speak. Carried in the mouths of others, meant to strengthen the hearts of brothers, lathering our minds, it covers and creeps. It digs its heels in, it seeps, affecting our mood, outlook, and self-perception, impacting our views, choices, and other connection words, intertwining our hearts with an unseen cord, or dividing a room like the slash of a sword, words, imparting dreams that can move nations into freedom, and sounding an alarm like the beat of a war drum, words, infused with power to hurt or to heal, can cut you so deep you despise that you feel pain striking you down, forcing a kneel, makeup no longer able to conceal, heart barely able to deal, words. It's just so wild when you stop and think how sounds and syllables can make a heart soar or sink, depending on the four-letter word you decide to use. A life could be shattered, or a bomb could be diffused, filtered through each person's experience and education. Some people just talk and call it communication. That's a misinterpretation. Sharing requires honesty and deliberation, joint participation. So if words are so important, my question is, how are you using them? How carefully are you choosing them? How often are you excusing them? Are you creating a world filled with equality and justice, remembering that color is not your enemy, but greed, extortion, and lust is? Are you speaking the truth in love and verbally tearing down barriers, reminding yourself daily that you were born to be hope carriers because a word is a medium by which thoughts are expressed? Confess, my mess you speak to. My chest, it heaves to talk to words to which I can know you, oh, you speak.
Rich, Heather, thank you. Words. Words can create, words can destroy, words can resurrect. Words can be done through linguistics, from the physical body, the oral communication. Language can also come from the body and motion and relation. Some words I want to share on behalf of Heather and I are giving honor to this land in which we've been hosted by the Massachusetts nations and their peoples, and how as settlers we've benefited by their marginalization and oppression, and as settlers to do and be committed to do the work of decolonization and anti-racism anti-colonialism to clean up the space with our words, with our bodies, with our relations, and then step back so they can lead their own resilience. And then hopefully, as invited, be reconciled together in larger community. I acknowledge my nations back at home in Toronto, and specifically my elders and community of the Anishinaabe Nation, and my late kokum, Dr. Stella Blackbird and Audrey Bone, Heather's ancestors of the Métis Nation, and both of our settler bloodlines and nations who we commit and embody in our literal bodies and bloods to do the work of reconciliation. And want to use words to acknowledge specifically all the two-spirit medicine elders and communities who paved the way for medicine and healing. In addition, want to give acknowledgement to my Sifu as well as Heather's Sifu in this lineage, the Longmen lineage of Sifu Han Chuen, who has distilled the teachings. And we're giving you a little bit of the teachings that are publicly given from the Divinity School. And the Tai Chi form is more of the yin and feminine practice from a hermetic Taijiquan tradition that our Sifu is distilling through words, but not the words of language, but the words of dance, a Kinyana tradition. Words are so powerful. Creation, in some traditions, believe there was a beginning, and creation came out of words, but words have a vibration. Other traditions don't have a beginning. It's just eternity. And things that become created within the space and time and outside of space and time are manifested through the spirit in which words and energy rides on the waves and crests of. In at least our tradition about the Logos, we typically, in the Greek, it's translated as word. But the bigger meaning is the concept of what is the proper relationship and the ordering within all the intersecting and the web of relationships in creation. Language and words have relationship in its foundation. So before we go into our bigger piece, and I want to give a little bit of opportunity for to provide you a bit of a lexicon. So a bit of a translation of some of the words in the movements you'll be seeing me do, and being able to then witness Heather's words, who is expanding to give you some glimpses of what these more hidden meanings are. So we're making now the esoteric into the exoteric, some that is a little hidden, now to be seen and accessible for your use and for your integration. So actually, I guess I have to use this. I can do this with the microphone. So I want to make sure I cover a few of them. Can't give you all the forms, translations because of time, the hour that we have. But you'll see in the beginning, you will see my hands up. Really good. I have, yes. You know the whole form as well. So we have the first form that I spoke of earlier, and it is called the Wuji. And this represents the oneness. So everything in creation, in the universe, actually have a oneness, a non-dual, a non-binary, continuously intersecting relational space and being and manifestation. This is called the Wuji, and this is where we begin the whole series. And think of the Taijiquan as a big narrative. And for those who know about Qigong or other practices, within this big narrative, the Taijiquan, the 108 publicly given sequence, there are these little positions. Even if Heather were to do this as a meditational practice, physiologically, body, mind, spirit, soul, something is happening within Heather's experience of the regulation, the manifestation and flow of qi, and the qi connection of her with the rest of the relations. So that's Wuji. The next one is heaven and earth. Yeah. So you'll see me basically lifting the hands up and down. And this is a form that represents how the human embodies the intersectionality of the relations and experiences of the heavens, the cosmos, as well as the earth in which we have been birthed out of. And seeing the flow of chi coming from her hands and fingers, almost as if it was a white crane flashing their wings. The human represents the mediator of literally taking the energies, the medicines of both the heavens and the earth. So humans play this particular role, not more important than any of the more than human members of creation, but just a particular role. Next word, 4 celestial expressions. So we have the loi, which represents collecting the energies of the heavens. We also have, here we go, the pang. No, sorry, that was the pang. The loi is the earth. Around the horizon of the earth, gathering the earth chi back into you. We have the ang, which is spreading out. The energies representing the moon, sorry, the moon energies like water. So it's as if Heather is swimming in a body of water, and then bringing those energies in to the which is the solar energies. So receiving the energies and sending these rays of the energies, the solar energies, back down into earth. Again, this intersecting of the celestial bodies to the earth-bound bodies. Thank you. 2 more. Very important posture, Dan Bin. So the word Dan, it represents the human. And this is where the human actually represents, in a sense, the kiln. So imagine you are creating pottery or ceramics, and inside the kiln is this heat and this warmth to cook that pot, to bring the energies in to crystallize. And there is a teaching that even in this form of the Dan Bin, it actually represents one of the hexagons from the I Ching. And another time we can talk more about that. This is the space, and you'll see this practice done throughout the Taijiquan series. And this is the juicy space of heat and warmth, where you are taking all the work that you're doing, and then it becomes distilled in this practice. And then the last one is the brush knee. And you'll see me doing the brush knee 5 times. And the brush knee, you'll notice it has a lot of the leg and foot movement as well as to torso, but it's literally grounding you into the earth, because what brings the material expression of creation into the earth is the 5 great elements. So there's 5 brush knees to represent the 5 great elements, and different traditions have actually slightly different expressions of what those 5 great elements are. Thank you. Right, so my invitation to all of you in this room and who are Zooming in is to take a comfortable seat, or if you are able to stand, whatever you'd like, to come into a posture of reception. I'm going to coach you a little bit on breath work so that you can actually come into a seat where you can actually receive, relate, and who knows what new things can be birthed. So getting yourself comfortable, and wherever your feet are, wherever your hands are, having them comfortably placed upon you or your seat or your table. Gently begin to feel your seat sinking in, feet into the ground, and take a moment and let the spine lengthen up through the crown of the head, and gently close the eyes, but keeping them slightly open so that you're not in total darkness and that you can actually visually see as well. And the gaze can come downward at a 45-degree angle. We're going to start with breath work, and then when Heather and I come up to collaborate, then you can open your eyes fully to receive. But for now, let's come to our breath. And as you're able, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Continue the cycle of breathing on your own. But as you breathe, notice that there is a space between the inhale and exhale. And hang out there for a little bit. Hang out there for a moment. It's this liminal in between space between the inhale and the exhale, and that space between the exhale and the inhale, which is the juicy space. It is the alchemical space. It is the space of meditation. It is the space where medicine can be cultivated and distilled. Healing happens in these liminal spaces. And if we can give ourselves the space between, then flow can actualize and she can flow. So we'll give us a few moments in silence just to be with our breath. Continuing in this posture, you can continue to open your eyes, continue this breath perception, and I'll invite Heather up. And this is our gift to you, the SanBao.
The wisdom of the ages pumps through my veins. I am there every time the elements collide. I whispered the secret of the pyramids across the minds of the ancient. My voice crackles across the mountains as I thunder and glide. I am the universe. I am original energy's essence. I am your teacher. I am philosophy's mystery and influence. Your limbs lengthen with my fullness. My glory animates every lung. Plants, animals, and creation are extensions of, mirrors of my vibration. I was there when it all begun. So why do you presume your existence is most important? Why do you spit in the face of ultimate love? Why do you think you can thrive apart from me? Why do you continue to place yourself above? Humble yourself and come home. Return to the way. Place me again at the center. Honor me through your cultivation practice each day. Bring me your jewels and your passion. Bring me the strength of your will, and I will guide you with my hand of wisdom as you learn to slow down and be still. I will transmute your poison into medicine and create an elixir from imperfection. I will reveal your alchemical birthright and give you the keys to resurrection.
Sponsored by the Program for the Evolution of Spirituality.
Copyright 2023, the President and Fellows of Harvard College.